Look, he just does that part where he's like evil eyes, and he goes, "Ooh, those eyes," and it's just like, oh man. Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Welcome back to the podcast, Say What You Will podcast. Thanks for listening, sharing. Please leave reviews as much as you can. It will help us out. So we're on a location today on a lake. Had some vacations going on, so we were able to do this from a remote location. Not telling you where though.
No. Well, there's some heavy clouds.
Yeah, it's we make it rain.
But we got.
But that's
cover.
typical for the podcast.
That's right.
It
we got to
usually
pop
rains. We've got an easy up over us. We'll see what happens. What's going on, guys? Anything?
Nothing. Good to be back.
Yep. Got some really good albums to review.
Finally.
Yeah.
So it's a good.
Sorry,
Couple
everyone.
months were a little rough.
They were very rough.
Hey, this month definitely makes up for that.
Mm.
So we'll dive into that.
All right. Any news nuggets?
So I got some news.
Yeah, go for it.
Aerosmith got a photo book coming out.
Oh, really?
Done with lenses, I guess, due in August. Tony Montram is the photographer, which I don't know a lot, but I guess he's been around with them since Done with Mirrors, filming them.
Yeah.
And I guess it's got some of the Crespo stuff and some of the other guitar player. They had a couple when
Jimmy
Perry
Crespo.
was out.
Jimmy Crespo and Rick Dufay.
Yeah.
So I guess
I told you
that's
that.
coming out.
I told you that funny commercial from the 80s when Aerosmith got back together. MTV was doing a commercial with, or like an interview with Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, and they're in a room. And so it starts with Steven Tyler going, actually, it was just Steven Tyler in the room. And so they're asking him questions about the old Aerosmith that when he was without Joe. And Steven goes, let me tell you something. Jimmy Crespo and Rick Dufay are probably one of the best, or two of the best guitar. And Joe opens the door and he goes, oh, hey, Joe. Yeah, come on in. I was telling him how great of a guitar player you were.
Oh, that is funny. He's the best.
It's a funny commercial.
You know, he's right there with Roth as far as wit and timing.
Yeah.
But I think Roth got a lot of stuff from him.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of that humor.
So you remember years ago, there was a tour. It was a Van Halen tour, and they did a press. They did a presser. And it was interesting. When was it? It had to be about like 8 years ago, and they had Billy Joel was there.
I saw it.
And remember, and Steven Tyler was there.
What was this?
They were in Europe, and they were doing some festival, and Van Halen was playing it with the Roth Van Halen, because I thought it was wild because Dave was there, not Eddie or Alex obviously, but just Dave, and that was the first time I saw Dave like in a room with Tyler.
They were at a table.
Yeah,
it was
and
Tyler,
so you should go look at that again, like YouTube. What we know now, and if you look at it. And it's just interesting to see these two legends. And you see, like, Tyler, like, Dave's going and doing his rap. And you see Tyler, he just smirks. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's weird when you see, like, Billy Joel was actually
uncomfortable.
Cool. Yeah,
well,
for
Billy
sure.
Joel was a little out of place.
Yeah. But he handled it. He's a New Yorker.
Right. But he had said, like, I'm not used
man.
to being around these guys. And,
Yeah.
Rock guys. And I'm looking at Tyler like he's not intimidated by Dave at all.
No
He's
way.
Like, I started what you kind of took the torch and ran with. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think Dave knows that.
Yeah.
To an extent. You know what I mean?
You can't dump on him.
No, there's no way. But, I forget. Yeah, that was one of the Van Halen later tours, right? Like Wolfgang.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I know what it was. It was like a British it was a European
It was a
like
festival
leg
or
or something. Yeah, and they were all just doing like a presser for it and stuff.
Yeah,
I just-
Billy Joel was on the bill,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
kind of weird with those guys. But
So
Anyway,
so they got the photo album coming up, photo book. That should be awesome. I didn't hear
yeah, I'm sure it's going to have. Well, it's going to have everything from Done with Mirrors on, I would think, because that's when that guy started filming them. So,
that. Well, I'll stop at permanent vacation.
you got something? We can go back. And
well,
forth.
I mean, the Hagar tour is off, right? Started. Yeah.
The two
That
in
was it this week or last week? I think?
I think it was last Saturday night.
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah.
I think.
So I had something on that. Like, I was a little vocal on our Twitter about him. I was getting sick of him bringing up, Al and
Yeah.
not returning the calls, and we reached out. I was
Right.
like, yeah, we all
He always
know.
plays the martyr.
Yeah, we know this. Like we know, and we know you're going on a tour, and
Right.
I was getting kind of fed up with it. But I watched some of the video from the first night, and I think the second night. It's pretty.
They sound
fun.
good.
It's pretty
I mean,
fucking
Christ,
good.
they
Yeah.
got
Satriani.
Satriani and you got Michael Anthony. How could it
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
sound good?
Wow.
And-
And Bonham's solid.
Did you see his kit?
He's got the 4 bass drums with his father's face
yeah.
on the front.
And
Wow.
it's the chrome kit.
It's a chrome kit.
Huh.
He's got. It looks like a VH
Yeah.
drum set.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I was watching. I think it was. I don't know. It may have been Best of Both Worlds, or I don't forget which song, but Bonham was right, like just tight in the pocket,
Yeah,
like
he's
Al.
solid.
Like it was.
Mm.
It
I
was
mean, he's
perfect.
clearly not Alex Van Halen, but
Right.
it was an interesting story with Jason. I guess he met Al. And
Oh.
Al blew him off.
Yeah.
Because I guess Al
Really?
tried to meet John Bonham,
Huh.
who was one of his heroes, and I think John Bonham did something, or
I think you told the story before.
I forget what he did, but Alex never forgot that. So
Yeah.
when he met with Jason, he kind of gave Jason some
Yeah.
Wow.
flack.
That's-
But
That's
I don't know how much of it was tongue in cheek.
right. But yeah, no, the tour started, and so all this press and everything. I was like, are they not selling tickets? Are they not?
Right.
So I went and checked. It looks like they're selling.
Well, Sammy's been posting a lot of like rehearsal
Yep.
clips and stuff like that. He's pushing it. He does a lot of the. I think he's responsible for a lot of the marketing.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
with,
He's
with the whole thing. He's not going to get anything out of Michael or Joe, and that's just not.
right.
He's the marketing guy behind it.
Right.
I
Yeah.
can't see how this isn't successful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a night of hits, right?
Right.
And it's a good set list.
Yeah.
not bad.
I don't know what the set list is, but
I mean, they open up with Good Enough, and it's
Oh, that's
pretty
great
cool.
too. Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Satriani.
which is deep
It sounds.
cut.
If you close your eyes, you think Eddie's doing the wah,
so
well, Joe's got some time to learn this stuff. Obviously, when he got on Howard, he wasn't prepared,
Right.
and he kind of fucked up. Was it Mean Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's
I
got
mean,
time to polish up. I mean, he's
Great
one
guitar
of the
player.
greatest guitar players ever. I'm sure he can figure out Eddie's playing.
And Sammy was singing "Jump."
Yeah, I
was
heard.
like,
yeah,
what?
doesn't
What
he
was-
do Panama too?
Yeah, but I
think?
thought like Mike was going to sing those. But
Oh,
Sammy
true,
was
yeah.
singing them. I was like,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Now, did you check out the? Speaking on this topic, they did the re-release, right?
Yep.
Yeah, for
You can say fuck.
fuck. It's easier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. But it's interesting that they said never release songs. So they're talking about the.
Oh, really?
They're talking about the.
I mean, like, I don't knowledge album?
Yeah, there's versions like. There's a song like Right Here, Right Now, but it's guitar version or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I spun through it a little bit on iTunes, just listening to it, and I mean, I don't know, I didn't really pick up much difference. They get the live Dallas concert on that,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times when you hear this unreleased stuff that comes out years later, the reason it was unreleased to begin with is because it wasn't good enough to be on the album.
Right.
Yeah, this doesn't have any like new material. It's just a couple different versions, I guess.
Yeah.
But
But you say that though, Mark. But they're a bit like. I mean, maybe it was they took the best songs for VH1, but like all the tunes up through Women were
Well, I know.
written.
I guess. Well, I think that was a question of we just
Have too many songs.
Yeah.
Let's just put these on them. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's true. And Eddie just had numerous riffs. So.
mean? Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
How long did they end up going? They stopped that at some point, right?
What's
Where
that?
they were releasing older material. Like, I don't think by the time Diver Down come out, I don't think
No.
they were going back. I think it ended, like, on Women. With,
Yeah,
you know,
I don't.
older
I don't
material.
like.
that
I
was-
don't think there was any demos from Fair Warning days. Meaning, back in '78 or whatever, there weren't any demos of Hear About It Later or anything like that.
Well,
now
Mean
they may
Street.
have been written. Oh, Mean Street.
Maybe, I think it was from Diver Down on. I think he started writing fresh material.
Yeah.
I don't think he kept going back to the,
Right.
the old stuff.
Right.
But if you got something back there,
Yeah.
but they never took the exact song. They'd say, "Let me take the verse of this,
Right.
stick it with the chorus of this." You know what I mean? It was never the exact song. Right? When you listen to that Mean Street, that wasn't the song back then, right?
No, that was Voodoo, whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Voodoo
well,
Queen. What was the Voodoo? Oh, is that another? I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, the one that was on, their last full-length album.
Oh,
Different Truth.
Voodoo, yeah, Voodoo something.
Yeah. It used to be Voodoo, but they changed it on the Different Kind of Truth
Yeah.
to something
Yeah.
else.
yeah.
I got a little piece here. Jack Russell has a book coming out.
I have
Yeah.
it on here.
Yeah.
That could be pretty good.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it on iTunes. I was going to try to
Oh, I don't
grab
think
it.
it's out yet.
Oh, it's not out yet. Oh,
yeah, I don't
okay.
think so.
Because I was,
True
I
Tale
would,
of Mr. Bone.
Yeah.
yeah, I want to see. I want to read
You
that.
can have something to
Yeah.
talk about.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I was looking for it and I couldn't find it, and then I stumbled upon Geddy Lee's book, so I'm like, nah, I'll read that one then.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty, rough upbringing, I think. He was
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of a
Oh
straight
yeah,
guy.
Jack
Russell.
yeah.
Yeah.
He did some time. I mean,
It'd
Derek,
be
you
nice
were telling
to-
the story about the shooting a gun through the door, or what the
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
was going on with that?
Hitting the maid or something. So the
Yeah.
hardcover is out now. It came out July 12th.
Okay.
That sounds like it'd be a good read.
The True
Yeah.
Tale of Mr. Bone, a rock and roll narrative. Yeah, no, that's I'd be up for that. Wish
Do you hear that guy do Led Zeppelin?
we've talked
Oh,
about
my
it. It's
God.
just so good.
Yeah.
They have an album out,
Right.
Yeah.
all Zeppelin.
Yeah. Live.
Fucking good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, they do a really good. Yeah, the original band.
Yeah, Russell, Kendall.
Yeah.
Yep.
He
I-
sounds so much like Plant when he sings Zeppelin stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like unbelievable.
I bailed on that Page book. It was just getting too boring.
Oh,
too.
really?
It wasn't his, like an autobiography. It wasn't him talking about. It was just it's just getting too boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't really. But the Geddy Lee's interesting. I'll report back on that one. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, he's really.
Oh yeah.
He's being very honest about some of the drugs they were doing, and nothing serious like heroin or anything. But
That's
none-
interesting because
and he does talk about-
notorious for that kind of behavior.
And just the only thing I'll say about it is he speaks very highly of what's his name before Pert Rutsey.
Rutsey, yep.
Yep, he says that guy was really a good musician, knew how to create music and stuff, and
Yeah. Well, that first album is great.
yeah.
Great album. Yeah, I had something on here. Halford had prostate cancer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't either.
Oh,
Yeah, I read that. He's recovering from prostate cancer.
Jesus.
I wanted to bring it up because I know you like Halford. I figured
Uh,
you know something
no.
about it. But
He's got a book too that got released a
Yeah.
couple of years ago.
yeah,
I
bought it for my brother.
kind of. Oh yeah, how do
I
you
don't
like
know if
it?
he read it yet because I bought him the Slash book. I bought him the Halford book.
Yeah.
I don't know if he reads them or just puts them on display in his basement.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing with them.
Ask him if he'd like to come on and give us a full
Right.
in-depth review.
Yeah.
Be an interesting journey, Halford. Jesus.
Hey, it's raining out. Anything else, Dennis?
No, just tour update. A buddy of mine, Paul, bought me a ticket to go see KK's Priest and
yeah.
Accept at Tupelo. He's like, I got a ticket. You want to go?
How
Yeah,
do they
sure.
play there?
I
With
that's
the
going to be
lack of
interesting.
volume you can
Yeah.
put in. How do you get that impact from accept at Tupelo when you can't turn anything up?
Yeah, I don't know.
They don't let you play loud.
It's in
really?
September, mid-September. Yeah, it's like a Friday night or whatever.
Well, did you go to Kingdom Come?
I did, but I don't remember the volume thing.
Neither did I. Because there wasn't any volume.
Hey, I don't need earplugs.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess the Black Album is going on number 750 weeks on the Billboard charts.
I've got the same thing.
How many years is 750 weeks? So 52 weeks in a year.
Jesus.
That doesn't even really make sense because 4 years is 4.
It's the
is
fourth.
100. That's only like 8-9 years.
It's the fourth album to hit this milestone. Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon was on for 990 weeks. Bob Marley's Legend was on for 843 weeks. And Journey's Greatest Hits coming in at 813 weeks.
So are they saying they was on the charts and off and then been back on for 750
It's
weeks?
been back on.
It has to be because...
Yeah. Yeah, and
was on the
I
charts
forget what
back
the
in
article
90
said.
or whatever
It
it came
dropped and then it came back on. And I forget when. Yeah, I had that too. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And there's only 4 albums to do that.
Well, I think I brought that up, that Led Zeppelin's still on the Billboard charts.
Yeah,
They're still on the charts.
Yeah, yeah.
It never goes away.
But they don't have one album like this.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
And I got one more thing here, and I.
If you have the same thing I do, I
You can't be. All right.
go ahead. Wait, give me a hint. Like, if it's well, obviously it's a music news. So give me a hint with like a song, and I'll say we have the same thing. You don't have to sing it.
When the children.
Yes!
How do we
God.
I never laugh so freaking hard. But
We got to tell Dennis and everyone else.
Mike Tramp.
Yeah. White Line.
Read
is
it. Read the
available
headline.
for private in-house showings in your living room.
In your
He
living
brings
room.
his whole band and sets up in your living room and plays White Lion songs. Everything. I thought he was acoustic, but he goes, no. It's a full band.
Wow.
I'm available to play in your living room.
That has got to be.
The living room tour.
The living room tour.
Wow.
How do you find out what that bill cost? Like, how do you?
I don't know, but it's worth looking into. Just
If we could throw in
Yeah,
some,
that'd be funny.
you know
huh?
what I mean?
get a bunch of people to maybe start a GoFundMe looking for Mike Tramp to play in my living room. That
Mike
would-
Tramp, the whole band.
well, I know, but
Well, I don't know who's left in that
right.
band. But
Have him play in your backyard or something.
no, he wants to
No,
play in
he
your
He
living
wants
room.
to be inside.
Derek, when I fucking saw that,
Oh, I laughed.
I was laughing my ass off.
The only thing that was funny
Shows
was,
in your living room.
was that Pretty Boy Floyd thing I was reading
No, that's
earlier.
ridiculous, dude.
That's funny.
That's all I had.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Yeah, same here.
I didn't even look up. I usually get some other information. All right. Well, we have 3 albums that are, somewhat enjoyable.
Yeah.
Sammy Hagar, VOA, Metallica, Ride the Lightning, and Dio, Last in Line. Who wants to go? Who wants to pick the first one? Hopefully this.
Well, why don't we do this the obvious way? Let's start with Hagar.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Why is that the obvious way? Because he can't drive 55? Or?
We're going to critique these 3
Make sure you.
Yeah.
when you.
I don't know. I think we don't have to.
No, I don't care.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So who's Sammy Hagar? And
Well-
what does he do?
So what's interesting, this is at the time his 8th release.
Mhm.
So he started in 1976.
Well, Montrose or
No,
No,
solo.
solo. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he changed, and some would argue this is his last release. I know he
Yeah.
did the,
He owed 2 more albums
right.
to Geffen.
Well, he did solo albums.
Well, he did the one with Eddie
when he
on
was
bass.
when he was in Van Halen, like before they even finished
I never said
5150,
goodbye.
Right.
he
Is
had
that
2
the one?
albums that he had to do.
Exactly. And I didn't realize he changed from Capitol to Geffen in 1981 with the Standing Hampton. So, that was moderately successful.
What's interesting is, I think Sammy, we've reviewed him the most. We did Standing Hampton, Three Lock Box, and now this. I don't
Right.
think there's another band that we've done 3.
Right.
And he's got probably a longer standing relationship with Templeman than Van Halen almost. This guy's been around
Correct.
since Montrose with Templeman.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. Platinum, U.S. Billboard 32.
Yeah.
So some success. Yeah. I mean,
Did you say platinum? You said
Yep.
platinum.
Well, what's
Yep.
interesting here, too, is
video helped.
Yeah.
Ted Templeman played percussion on this album.
Yep.
I think Ted tries to play something on any album to get more dollars,
Yeah.
because then he's got a writing credit.
And
Ted
the book,
Champagne Templeman. That's his
What is it?
Ted Champagne Templeman.
yeah. Well, the book we read, right? I mean, he was. Didn't he play drums too? With
I don't
a little
remember.
bit.
Drums?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I know that usually producers will do that.
Yeah.
Well, I know, obviously, Bob Rock did a lot of stuff
Yep.
with Metallica.
Yep.
So
I
And-
guess he was playing bass with them for a while, right? Because they lost Newstead.
Yeah,
And
probably.
He filled in for that. I don't know if he played on any album, though. I'm not sure if he played on.
Could have. Here's something. Bette Midler covered 2 Sammy Hagar tunes. Keep on Rockin' and Red.
Really?
Yeah.
Really.
Rick Springfield
Wow.
covered one.
I think he
Well, he
wrote
made it a
that. I
bigger
think
hit
he,
than
I think
Hagar.
he wrote it for him, and then he released it on Standing Hampton.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a hit.
Oh, it's a huge hit. So what was that? I've done everything for you. Yeah.
I've done it. Yeah. Lineup: Sammy Hagar, lead vocals, lead guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does other
Yeah.
leads.
Which I've got some comments on that
Yeah,
later.
I had a couple things to say about that. Too.
Gary Pill, rhythm guitar, backing vocals. He actually ended up being in Boston.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't he in
1986.
Boston?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
86
Yeah.
he was. So that was, I
Oh, that
forget.
was a big album.
Yeah, that was, it had Amanda and all that. I
He
forget
was on that?
Yep.
Huh.
Jesse Harms, keyboards, backing vocals, and Jesse was in the DLR with Dave.
Oh, no way.
Yep, played
Yeah.
with Dave. Bill Church, Montrose,
Yep.
right,
Yeah,
bass.
he's Montrose.
And then Louser.
Lasser still plays with him.
Yeah,
Not the Circle, but
right.
Woberitas.
Woberitas.
Yep,
He's
yep.
in
And
there.
he's been with them ever since. Those solo albums.
Huh.
Yeah.
Boy, I hope this rain isn't too loud on the recording.
Well, that's what I kind of like about Hagar. As big as he got and famous,
he
he always kept a good relationship with the guys
Yeah.
who were with him before he got to that status.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He'll go and still play with Dave Louser and
Right.
Gary Phil.
Yeah.
He remembers where he came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
that's kind of cool.
Yep. All right, you want to get in with the
Sure.
songs?
Yeah.
First song is I Can't Drive 55.
What are you gonna say? Biggest hit? Probably his biggest hit
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
ever. Probably the best song in this album, or one of the best.
Yep.
Classic track.
The
Problem.
video.
Video helped, right?
The
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. MTV. I mean, this was.
And
Oh,
this,
wait.
Who was the judge? And I don't know why he was the judge.
oh, you know who it is?
Yeah, I know who it
The
is.
producer?
No, John Kalogner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but why
really?
Is that? But he didn't produce
Huh.
this album. Why is he in there as the
Kalogner
judge
No,
on the video?
that's right.
That's a.
Yeah, I don't know. He's had
That's a
nothing to
good
do with this
question.
album.
The video's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I watched it last week, and I'm like, they got
That
the
is
band
cheesy.
shooting at Russians or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, no,
Oh,
that's the other one. That's
Voice of America.
Voice of VOA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
VOA.
Sorry. But that video is. That's right. They did the VOA.
That's he's
which,
like 007.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he falls in the
Yeah,
boardroom.
that's ridiculous.
But the I Can't Drive 55 is pretty funny too.
Oh yeah,
With the cop and
total ladies.
Yep.
You know,
In the
ridiculousness.
jumpsuit.
yeah.
But I was almost tempted to look in the Guinness Book of World Records to see if that was the shortest guitar solo in the history of guitar solos, coming in at 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's the only guitar solo on that song.
Yeah. Well, they do
It's like
this
a quick-
weird breakdown, and then
I don't know. It's like comes right in after the
yeah. I know what you're talking
chorus,
about.
and it
Yep.
goes right back into the
Yeah.
verse. It's like this quick guitar, and that's it. There's no guitar solo in it.
Yeah.
The keyboards are kind of wimpy. I mean, I think we can all.
Sign
I
of
know
the
it was
times.
part of
Yeah.
the time, but I when I listen to this, these are some of the things that we get when we do what we do here. Is I didn't realize there was so many keyboards on this album.
I didn't either.
I'm like,
Wow.
if he re-recorded this with just guitar,
Yeah, it'd
I
be
mean,
a lot
yeah,
harder. But he falls into that REO Speedwagon, Foreigner, Night
Night
Ranger,
Ranger, yep.
Hagar. They're all that kind of conglomerate of bands there
Yep.
with this heavy synth keyboard driven bands,
Yep.
which was popular back then.
yeah, right.
All right, second song, Swept Away.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, heavy intro. Then it shifts into this acoustic, weird.
Yeah.
Then it takes off. I mean, I didn't think it was a bad song. It's kind of a long song, right? What do you got for time? on
That
it?
comes
think
in
it
at
is.
5
5:36.
minutes. Yeah.
I
That's long.
feel like he was trying to do like a Kansas type.
Yeah.
He's not that
tune.
prolific though. Of a
No.
song.
Mm.
Like there's just a bunch of pieces of this song pieced together.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not bad.
Cool intro. I like
Yeah.
the intro.
Yep.
It was a nice riff.
Yep.
I mean, obviously these vocals are
I was just gonna
Great.
say that vocals.
so powerful.
Yeah.
I think you touched on the interesting arrangement. The song arrangement was different.
Right. Yep.
A decent track.
Yep.
Once again, no solo.
Oh really?
No.
solo on this
You're right.
album.
Huh. All right. Next song, Rock Is in My Blood.
This is, Sammy's never been, I mean, his lyrics.
That's what people got on him forever.
Yeah.
Even with Van Halen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
cheesy.
he got a little better with Halen, and I don't know if Eddie was like, all right.
Well, I don't know. The Halen albums, they talk about how he's just, it's all about women and
Well, yeah. but
Drinking and-
That was everything in the 80s, right?
yeah.
I just put heavy, good intro, heavy, then settles into this keyboard riff. And I'm like, pull the
Yeah.
keys out. I don't know why I wrote that. And like,
I just wrote kind of a heavier tune for Sammy. The groove is heavy with the main riff, but then it kind of gets mellow in the verses. But not a bad tune, and
Right.
just amazing, strong vocals again.
yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
he's in his
God,
prime
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a rock anthem
Yep.
type of song. Decent. He actually had a solo on it. I think that's the first solo on the album.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is kind of interesting to me because when you, like, I think we talked about when you put a guy on the cover of an album with a guitar in his hand, and it takes 3 songs in to get a guitar solo.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw Hagar on some of these earlier albums, I thought this was a guitar virtuoso.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
always got the
Right.
guitar on in the photo,
Yeah.
like the album cover. And then you get into the songs, you're like, where's this guitar player?
Right.
Right.
He doesn't feature it really. It's more song oriented.
Well,
Yep.
did he play with Montrose, or was that just Ronnie Montrose? I don't
No,
think.
I
don't
just
think he
sang
did, yeah.
Yeah.
vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fourth song is Two Sides of Love.
So this I put was a single, right? One of the singles. I felt. I mean, I didn't mind this song. Okay, the way it was structured. I think you can get into it. I mean, it's not heavy or hard rock, but I thought this was like a nod to his older releases. If I Fall in Love Again and all
Yeah,
that.
the earlier
This was
stuff.
like along
It
the
could have
same
been on any of those.
paint by
albums.
numbers.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I wrote basically, he is really good at writing these songs. This feels like something he did on Standing Hampton.
Yep.
Oh, it's well written.
Yeah.
It's got all the elements of a well written hit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It might be, color by numbers. He's
Right.
not,
Yeah.
but he knows how to structure the song
Catchy.
to make a
Yeah.
hit. It's catchy. His
Strong
voice
vocal.
he's got a golden voice.
Yep.
I mean, this guy's voice back then is nobody could touch that.
No.
No.
You know, maybe Steve Perry,
Right.
you know, guys like that. But I mean, he's on top of his game, vocal wise. I think.
Yep.
On this album.
And I think hearing some of his other albums later on, he can do heavy vocals too, or he can do a
Yeah.
nice melodic like this one.
He can still sing like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. The fifth song is "Dick in the Dirt."
I
Who's-
got okay track. I mean, obviously we know what he's singing about here, right?
Who's
Yeah.
this Richard guy?
Not a great track for me. Decent solo. Okay tune.
I put
I mean, obviously the the content of the song.
heavy riff, obviously to state the obvious, the
Yep.
lyrics are stupid, but I thought this was this could be like one of those fun Van Halen songs, like from 5150, like just not Chairman,
The Inside.
Apolitical Blues or something,
Yeah.
where he's
Or
just kind of.
Inside. Is that
Yeah.
the one
Yeah,
you
yeah,
meant?
that's a great,
Yeah.
right, that's a
Yeah.
good point right there. I just thought it could be that, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
I was a little confused with the lyric because he said that it didn't hurt, but then she kissed him where it hurt. But I thought he said it didn't hurt.
Yeah,
So I don't
right.
understand why she's kissing him where it
Contradicting
Yeah.
hurt.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
what that is.
I'm deep. I like to go deep with the lyric. And,
No pun intended.
Yeah, it's we can talk after, but it's not maybe what you think. When reading the lyrics, I was like, wait a second, I thought this was something else.
Right.
Mm.
Richard likes it in the dirt.
Right. That's what I thought the song's about.
That is. Okay, I always thought that Richard liked digging in the dirt himself. But Richard is the dirt.
Well, no. Richard is the thing going in the dirt.
No.
What?
You read the lyric. Let me bring up the lyric.
That's what I always thought.
No,
it
I
was.
did too. Hold on. You guys talk.
Dick in the dirt. But heavy riff, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I thought it wasn't a great track, though. I mean, it
No.
was,
Ready?
yeah.
She knocked Dick in the dirt. She knocked Dick in the dirt. Like she took something and put in Dick dirt. I could be wrong. She knocked Dick in the dirt. He said it didn't hurt. And that makes sense. Like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Like it didn't hurt me.
Oh.
And then she kissed him where it hurt.
Okay.
That's the way again, maybe this is way over my head.
Like
Yeah.
she thought it would hurt and it didn't.
No, he thought it would hurt. Sammy was like, Richard, wouldn't that hurt? And he's like, no, it didn't actually hurt. And then she kissed me where it supposedly hurt. We're spending way too much time on this.
Yeah, right.
All right. VOA.
This is a single, right?
Yeah.
I think it wasn't a huge hit, but it was, I think, probably the second or third single off this album.
right.
I like the riff in this one. I like the song. I like the chorus. But I could do without the keyboard.
Oh, God,
The
yeah.
keyboard.
That's what
Lyrics
hurts.
are
Yeah,
it
that
just,
hurts.
you know,
Just-
we talk
yeah.
about this all the time. If you want to, wimp out a rock song,
Yeah.
crank up the keys, right?
Yeah.
So, but
I should have
I
told you
thought
guys.
it was a good track.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the video's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Hey guys, 007 and
I should have told you guys before this. Sammy, I forget what interview he was in. He was talking with, I think he was talking with Nuno and Gary. He was doing one of those access things. And he was talking to that he can't play and sing at the same time. So all of his songs, he's either holding a chord and singing over the held chord,
yeah, you had
or
mentioned that.
or he's chugging in some way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's kind of interesting when now you know that and you listen to his songs. You're like, oh yeah,
Huh.
he's singing.
I didn't
and
know
it's-
that.
Yeah,
Oh.
where some like winery dogs. What's his name?
Kotzen.
Kotzen. I mean,
Yeah.
he could be soloing and singing a melody over
Yeah, I
it.
know.
Right.
Well, the thing is, you could do it in the studio, but the thing, once you go live,
That's what he was saying.
how do you pull it off?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But good tune.
Yeah.
Um,
Decent.
seventh song, Don't Make Me Wait.
So this was the ballad, kind of a paint by numbers type of situation. But I put down, like, I can't stand ballads from rock bands, but unless like Journey or whatever. But I didn't think it was bad. The way he wrote the song. I don't really care for the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't get you excited or whatever. Like,
No,
let's
it wasn't.
party.
It wasn't great.
But
I wrote not a
I
bad
just
tune for what it is.
exactly, that's what
You know?
I'm trying to say. And I just thought his voice sounded great again.
Yeah.
I don't like the song. Like, I wouldn't buy the song or download
No.
it from Apple.
It wasn't a strong song.
No,
And
no. But his voice, you just listen, and I'm like, wow, he's got a great
He can
voice.
his
carry
voice
it.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wrote down a lyric, and it just, baby, can't you see I only want you to marry me? And it's just like,
Yeah.
kidding me. And then they do it in the chorus, and it's just like,
Right.
Yeah.
next.
Could you spend some time? Well,
Hey, what
Dennis
did
said
you
it
know?
earlier. He gets shit for his lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
stupid.
pretty weak.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like your friends won't let you go out tonight, or whatever that line was. No, your parents won't let you go.
Parents won't
whatever
let
that
you
line
go out
was.
tonight.
All right, last song, eighth song, short album, "Burning Down the City."
So I like this song. I think it's heavy. It's kind of dark. He does swear in this one, which is kind of hilarious.
He did?
Yeah, he does. Yep. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it kind of reminded me of like the heavy metal song he wrote years and years ago, where he was trying to. I don't know. I didn't mind it as far as
No, it was an okay track. I liked the pre-chorus chant. It was like a kind of cool chant they were doing before the chorus. It was okay. It wasn't a bad tune.
It felt a little looser than his other songs. Felt like a little jammy-ish, but yeah, not bad. All right, well, say what you will. Does this album hold up, Dennis?
I'm going to say yes, and the reason why I say that is because I think you got 3 songs here that are pretty 3 or 4 songs that carry the album, and I think it was kind of influential at the time.
Yeah.
He was doing radio airplay. I mean, videos. He had videos going. I mean, that song, I Can't Drive 55, is still,
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
Yep.
biggest rock songs ever.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with Dennis. It holds up. There's enough material on here. Just barely enough material on here
Yeah.
for me to... and the ones that I don't think make the cut, I could still listen to.
Mm-hmm.
I could put this
Yeah.
album on
Right.
and still listen to, some of these other weaker tracks.
Yep.
And, like Dennis said, you got one of the biggest rock songs ever
Yeah.
on it. So,
Yeah.
it stands. For me, it does.
Yeah, me too. Same for the same reasons you guys said. And I actually listened to this twice in the last couple of weeks. I listened to it once just driving up here, and then listened to it again to do the review. But yeah.
I mean, it's not my
it's good.
favorite Hagar album.
No, me
No,
either.
by
No,
any
me
stretch.
neither. I like the older stuff, but
The older stuff, and I like kind of that late 90s.
March into Mars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love
right.
that album.
That's a great-
Though that's unfair because he had a lot of superstars,
Yeah.
guest
Slash,
appearances
yeah.
on that.
So
Yeah,
just
but
in-
he wrote it.
Yeah.
Right.
one thing we didn't cover, just so I'll mention it before we leave this, is the tour.
I was just gonna ask. Like, I don't know how the tour did, and
He
Sounds like you.
toured. His support was Crocus.
Yeah, well, I
It's
went to that
weird.
concert,
Yep.
the
Crocus.
Centrum.
Yep.
Were you with me?
I didn't go to this one. Nope.
And Crocus canceled at the last minute. I don't know what happened. And Crocus was on Headhunter,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
huge. So we were all pretty pumped about that. And they come out and said, so they had a local band called Rocket come play. And, it was horrible to be expected. But this band's playing at the Centrum in front of 17,000 people.
I wonder who.
And the guy jumps up, the singer, and rips his pants open wide.
Like by mistake?
And his ass is hanging out. Yep. Remember that? But Hagar come out and he said, sorry about, Crocus. He goes, just for that, I'm going to play an extra hour. So he played like
Jesus,
2.5
wow.
hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was the band called Rocket Ship?
I thought it was Rocket. They're from like Springfield or Worcester. They were a
Yeah.
local band.
Right.
Huh.
So
Try to find something on that.
He did do a couple dates with Dawkins. So maybe that was because Crocus was having some
Crocus
issues.
bailed. I don't know if they bailed on the rest of the tour and they picked
Yeah.
Dawkins up, but
Yep.
Huh.
they didn't play that night.
All right. Next album?
You want to do Metallica?
Sure.
Get right into it.
Yeah.
Lots here.
Ride the Lightning.
Yes, Ride the Lightning. Second album?
Well,
second release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the rest of this?
Charts. Yeah, I'll give you some numbers, Derek.
Okay.
U.S. 48. So not that.
Not bad for a band like this.
Because
Right.
they're creating a style of music that people, I guess, are
right,
just
this is
not
all new.
exactly 48, and the UK 87. So even less. Of course, we always talk about this, or you talk about this when they get their certification. But right now, 6-time platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it only sold, what, 500,000
Yeah,
when it...
yeah, gold.
Yeah, people are buying it,
And that
later.
recertification was in 21.
Yeah. So, what's interesting is the tour. They co-headlined with Wasp. Armored Saint was supporting act.
That'd be a good show to go to.
Did you read about that tour where all their gear got stolen in Boston?
No.
Yeah.
Who's did?
Metallica. The gear got stolen in Boston, and Anthrax lent them their gear.
Well, that's why he wrote that song,
What song?
Fade to Black.
Oh, really?
He was depressed because he got his equipment ripped off. So the song's about suicide.
Yeah.
But it's just his
Huh.
emotions when they lost all their equipment, and
Yeah.
that was a lot of the reason behind it. Because that put him in that
Yeah.
mindset.
But it was in Boston, which was, I had no idea.
They recorded this in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
That's,
Well,
isn't that where Lars is from? Where's he from?
Is he from Sweden? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought.
Not here.
I'm not sure, but I think Netherlands or something. So what's interesting is, we'll get into but I think I wrote this, I just thought, like, this is, they're creating, the originality is, I guess you don't even have to say it. It's obvious they're innovators here, but, and this turned into be a thrash masterpiece, but it's interesting when you listen to these songs, and even that last album we did from them, the music playing, the actual instruments, the music is up front, and the vocals are almost secondary. The build up and everything, it's incredible. Right. Even like the tone, like his volume, like his vocals are not like, I feel like towards the later albums he was more up front. Hetfield was
well, he wasn't that confident in his voice.
Oh yeah, but even the production and stuff. Of course, guess who produced it? Metallica.
Yeah.
And it was just like he's almost like in the back, singing behind the equipment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, his voice changed on the Black Album.
Yeah,
Like they got him.
right.
They got him actually like holding notes and singing.
Yeah, he's from Denmark.
Denmark. Okay.
Yeah.
Flemming Rasmussen is one of the producers.
Oh.
Mark Whitaker, and then Metallica, I guess. Yeah.
Huh.
But you look at a band like this, when you're paving your own road, you know what I mean? It's like to stick your neck out like that.
Courage.
Not stick with the status quo of what's going on. It's easy, right? To play what's popular.
Yeah.
To stick your neck out like that and say, we're just going to... They didn't know the popularity that this band... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Then-
then you
And
know,
let-
they're creating a whole new style of music. It's like
Yeah.
that takes balls to
Right.
go out there with no type of guarantee that people are even going to like what you're doing.
Like,
You know
I
what
don't
mean?
recall any videos on MTV for this
No.
album.
I don't think they did their first one till
I don't
they
even think they were
won.
interested
Yeah.
in that.
No.
That wasn't
No.
even
Yeah.
there. I don't even know if they wanted to be rock stars. It's just like, we just want to play this music.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, we should also mention Cliff Burton. This is one of his albums, too.
Yep.
You know.
Right.
They this is funny. Oh, so they played on the Monsters of Rock in Donington in August, right between Rat and Bon Jovi. And James Hetfield said this on stage: "If you came here to see spandex, eye makeup, and words like "ooh baby" in every fucking song, you ain't gonna fucking see it from this band."
I love that.
Oh yeah.
Well, what about Dawkins having to go on after them?
Oh, yeah.
The 88
Right.
Monsters of
Oh,
Rock.
and the '88
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
And Don Dawkins like, can you please put us on before them?
Yeah, he did comment on
Yeah,
it.
he
He's
didn't want to
like,
go on.
yep.
How do you follow that?
Yep. Dave Mustaine receives writing credit
Right.
on Ride the Lightning.
That's right.
Yeah, he was on a track.
He's also on the last one, The Call of Cthulhu.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the instrumental. That's, yep.
So you guys have seen him, right? Have you seen him?
I've seen Mustaine.
No,
no,
Metallica.
never.
I've
Believe
seen
it or not,
Metallica.
yep, I've seen
Oh,
Mustaine.
you and I went and saw
Megadeth.
Metallica with. Megadeth or Metallica?
I saw
Metallica.
I saw Megadeth. I have never seen Metallica.
Didn't you, me, Finger, and Washburn go to the Garden? I thought us four went
What
to see him
album
at
was
the
that?
Garden.
Reload
Like
or Load or something?
They're in the center stage.
Maybe. I don't remember.
I saw him there.
I
and
saw the '88 Monsters of Rock.
Yeah, I saw that. That was the only two times I saw him.
Huh.
I mean, they're a shell of what they used to be. Obviously now,
Yeah,
you
right.
don't see that. It's a
Well, now it's just stadiums with the
Yeah.
huge circle and all
the
that.
spear.
Whatever it is.
But they don't have the killer instinct like they had back then, where they just wanted to demolish anything in their
Right.
path. They don't care anymore because
Mhm.
they did it.
Yep.
You know.
All right, you want to jump in?
Sure.
Fight fire with fire.
I just got bludgeoning. Bludgeoning. It's the only word I could think of.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a mellow opening, and then off we go.
Rip
Yeah.
your face off.
Yeah.
That mellow opening sounds like a bit of it sounds like Goodbye to Romance from Ozzy
Yeah.
of Blizzard
yeah.
of Oz.
That's a good point.
I was like, well, this
I'll have
sounds
to
like
listen
something.
to that.
But they changed the riff in the solo, which I liked.
They changed the riff in every song.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
They do that a lot.
All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, is this a new song? No, it's the same song.
And all work drumming was double bass was solid,
Really?
solid back then. But
Just-
the frickin' that song is just the riffs
Yeah.
are so freaking heavy.
And it's pretty much James doing
Oh,
the riff writing.
yeah.
Actually, that's what he has. I think he has a riff tape. And he just constantly writes riffs, records them, and when they go to write an album, they're like, all right, let's sit down to the riff tape. Put in a tape, and oh, that's a good riff. And,
Yeah.
freaking
So
Lars
heavy.
will start doing something to it, and
Yeah, yeah.
then
Off
they'll
they
take it
go.
from there.
Huh. Yeah, I like the song.
I love it.
Yeah.
I just
love the power.
Yeah.
I felt like destroying my house. I got it on in
Yeah.
my living room. I feel
Onslaught.
like ripping the fucking curtains off. And I'm like, "Ugh,
we need to do a remodel, Christine. I'm turning this up.
But that's how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the energy.
I
Yeah.
wrote it. Totally punches you in the face.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then they do a tempo change, right?
Yeah.
They're going
Yeah.
a million miles an hour.
They do
and
a
then-
lot of changes.
Yeah, we remember Kill 'Em All. We
Yeah.
noticed that. That was a
Yeah.
big
But they do it
observation
right.
of that.
Yeah.
It works.
Epics.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
some, you can do tempo changes. Like, what are these guys doing? They're all over the place. Like Dream Theater. I lose interest.
Right.
Because they're not only changing, the song, tempos. They're changing the time signatures, and you're just losing. You're sitting there with a freaking calculator trying to, okay, what are we doing here? Oh, 6/8. Okay. Then Well, these guys are just they change the tempo, but it's still in your face 4/4. You know.
This is 1984.
Yep.
You're in there's no video for these songs. There's no singles, or there is no singles. No keyboards.
If it's getting played, it's on a college radio at 2 a.m.
But this just
no keyboards, just
No.
freaking.
It just reminds me of you and I going to Interlight Records
yeah,
and finding this album
yeah,
and buying it because the album cover looks fucking cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
jean
going-
jacket or whatever.
I love this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
mean,
one of my
which one? Yeah,
favorites actually. Yeah.
Hey, we haven't even got to the end.
No.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Ride the Lightning.
Oh God.
Another massive riff. Yes, I just want to destroy stuff. I just want to, Mustaine co-wrote this track.
Yeah.
Another good solo from Hammett, but just the energy.
Yeah, plus
Power.
the musicianship. I mean, there's not a weak. I mean, who's weak on here?
Nothing.
Not
No.
Ulrich. Burton's great. I mean, it's like a complicated song structure. You would look at the album cover and you go, oh, "These guys are a bunch of burnouts or whatever." Or
Right,
what did we
could
say
be-
back in
could
the
be
day,
Anvil.
like slummers or
Right.
whatever? They're just a bunch of nobodies, burnouts, but great musicians that are like you would think this is like classical music, with the way they're writing, like the structure.
Yeah, they can structure the stuff. Because there's some thrash I listen to and I just go, turn it off.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's nothing there. There's no substance. There's nothing that grabs you. They grab you. They put the riff in there. Just the way they structure these songs.
Yep.
I wonder how long it takes them to write some of these songs. Like if
I
it's
don't know.
days to, work out where.
I could even imagine this live.
Now they
How
weren't like
powerful that sounds to a PA.
Were they
Ride
a-
the Lightning.
were they a drug? They weren't a drug band. They were a drinking
Drinking.
band.
Drinking
Yeah,
band.
A lot of alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Burton die from? He did.
Car-
bus crash
Oh,
went up
they-
on its side and crushed.
They were all on
crushed
it.
Oh, really?
The only one
Oh,
didn't make it.
As a matter of fact, they drew straws for Kurt's bunk because it was the best bunk, and Burton won and got that bunk. It would have been Kurt.
And he flew right out the window.
Yeah,
wow.
flew out the window and then the bus rolled over.
I don't know how the other guys survived that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wow.
They're on tour. What do you do? They had to.
Y-
They didn't get a fill-in, right?
You know what? I
Did
read
somebody
something
film
about
it?
it, but I forget. I think they stopped for a while, but then they went back out for like the second leg and
Because when
is that when
Newstead
is
come
that
in?
when Newstead came in? I don't even know.
No, he came in on. No, because this happened on Master of Puppets tour, and then he died on that tour, and then Newstead came in on
Came in.
Injustice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if they even finished that tour. How do you finish a tour?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Or tour. Period. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, great tune.
Yeah.
And we always complain about long songs, but it just works.
Yeah.
There's enough there. There's enough
Yeah,
meat on the
yeah,
bone
you're
to
staying
make it
with
long.
Good
it.
enough song.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're staying with it.
Yep.
All right, for whom the bell tolls.
I can't stop doing it.
Yeah. There's
I-
those bells in the beginning.
Classic.
Bells.
Oh, when it starts live,
Ugh,
it's just like
I love this song. It's so freaking heavy.
I
More
put
punishing riffs.
I didn't think it was a thrash song. I said this is like a heavy Sabbath,
Yeah.
like a
chugging
Sabbath
guitar.
riff. Iommi.
Doom, 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 doom,
Yep.
doom. It's just so.
The song develops for like 2 friggin' minutes before Hetfield even gets in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yeah.
And
it's
the
so
ending
good.
is awesome.
Yeah.
The way they end
Oh,
this.
yeah.
It's just.
Good tune. Good tune.
Hmm.
Beavis and Butthead like it. Right?
Yeah.
Fourth song, Fade to Black.
Another legendary.
Yep.
Oh,
track.
so wait, going back to that, For Whom the Bell Tolls, I think that riff was on Headbangers Ball for the longest time. The little bumper, but when they came back, I think it was the train going over the cliff.
Oh.
I think that's that riff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, have to go back and look at that.
But anyways, Fade to Black.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Mm.
Smooth,
Legendary
acoustic,
track.
open.
Somewhat of a ballad, I would guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
put as
yeah.
close to a ballad as
You're gonna get from these guys,
from
right?
Metallica.
Another riff change in there I like.
I thought there was like it looked like James and Kirk were like doing like a dual guitar thing or something in the middle of the song. I'm like, wow, this is like sounds like a Leonard Skinner jam. You know what I mean? Like they're going back and forth. You know?
Yeah, Ed just put here. Love the mid-song riff change.
Yes,
This, when they're playing together.
Exactly. And I mean, I guess I never realized how. I mean, James is Hetfield's a good guitar player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does he solo at all on any songs, or is it all Hammett?
I don't
I don't
know.
know if he's done any solo.
I don't see him getting any lead guitar. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he.
Yeah, another great tune.
He's a good rhythm player.
Oh yeah,
The guy's rock solid.
6 minutes 55 seconds.
Yeah, but you
Derek.
wouldn't care.
you wouldn't even know. And when the song changes, is this like little descending riffs. It's just so good. All right, fifth song, "Trapped Under Ice."
So this is now back to that thrash formula, right? Fierce ripping solo in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know,
I just
before
got
the
more,
vocal.
Yeah, more bludgeoning power. It's just so.
What'd you think about the drums? It felt like they were pretty buried in this tune.
Yeah,
mix.
I mean, overall though, I think for this band's first album, they got a pretty good mix. I mean, I think the producer got, the power of this band out, because that's a lot of the problem with some of the other Metallica albums is the drums are always kind of tinny, and that's when Bob Rock came in. He goes, I saw this band live. He goes, I got to get him in the studio, because you listen to them on the album, then you go see them live, and it's like two different bands, because the albums aren't capturing the power of.
Why, did the Black Album have a thick, big sound?
Oh, yeah. But he would go see like Injustice for All, and he'd listen to the album and go, oh, large drums sound thin, and you can't hear the bass, and then he goes see him live, and it's like, oh, okay, this is what I can do with this band,
Yep.
But I thought this had a better mix than that album.
Yeah.
Than, Injustice.
Oh, right.
Yeah. What's that? So this song, 4 minutes 4 seconds, shortest song on the album.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just put, how do you follow this band live? I would never want to come on after them.
Yeah.
Even back then.
And they still play this live all the time.
Yeah.
They played 3 or 4 songs off this album.
Yeah.
Live still.
Yeah.
All right, sixth song, "Escape."
I don't know why I wrote this. I put Priest, twin guitars, dual guitars.
Really?
I thought the riff was great. The song fades out. The siren at the end was kind of cool.
So this song, James Hetfield absolutely hates.
Really?
And I think I read they've only played it once in
I didn't find any problem.
ever. It was the label was pushing them for a radio type song.
Oh.
So it's a lighter riff, and it's got a normal song structure, which all their other songs don't. And the chorus is definitely not Metallica. It's like it has a catchy chorus, which Metallica is like.
But I liked his vocals in that chorus.
Yeah, he hates it. Metallica's like with the choruses and stuff. They're like Led Zeppelin, like Trampled Underfoot. You don't hear Trampled Underfoot in the song or
they don't say the name of it.
Metallica is similar.
Van Halen was a lot like that. They'd have songs where you never heard Dave say "full bug."
No.
Never said the word "full bug" in the song.
No, they had a couple like that, but yeah, this was the song that James hates.
I thought the outro riff was great.
Mm.
The intro and the outro riff was good. The first chugging was great. And like I said, I liked Hetfield's vocals in the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
It was catchy, as much as it wasn't what he probably...
Right.
I liked it.
All right, next song is "Creeping Death."
Jesus.
What do you think, Mark?
I think this is... my favorite song on the album. It's a fucking masterpiece.
I put Love Song. Yeah.
One of my favorite Metallica songs.
Yep.
Just
I just put more riffs from Satan's Parlor. I mean, it just sounds like this music's coming from fucking hell.
down below.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is what they want.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're trying to, capture that. The change after the solo was epic. That die chant. I don't know. I think it's. One of the greatest
I don't know what to
Metallica
add
songs.
to
I don't
everything
either.
you just
It's
said.
just an amazing song.
Yep. And another long one, 6:36.
Yep. Couldn't have. They could go 12 minutes. I'd listen to it.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, last song. This is the second album with 8 songs. The Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah. You know, I got a great way to end an album with it, kind of an instrumental to kind of, we gave you all this, and then we're just kind of riding out into the sunset. No vocals, but more signature Metallica riffs in it.
It's interesting because, this is an instrumental, 8 minutes, 55 seconds, similar to the Fade to Black song, that changes the tempo, heavy jams in it. But there is really kind of like some prog elements to some of these songs. You know what I mean? Like the length of the music, the length of the song.
Well, it's not standard.
Right.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
not standard rock structures.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Which is prod, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Anything
Exactly.
that's not normal.
Yeah. And progressive music. So it's a long song, but it's a fun. I mean, if you're into it's the last song on the album, so you're listening to this and really you appreciate the band as musicians on this.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just think for me, this song is putting a closure on the album.
Yeah.
You got that timpani at the end.
Right.
It's almost like this could be a rock musical.
Yeah,
You could take these songs and make a play with all these songs, and
I bet
just-
there's gonna be. They're
you
gonna
could
be
easily
on
do
Metallica
that.
on
This is the
Broadway.
kind of album you could,
Yeah.
Ride the Lightning, the musical, and you could just do that.
Yeah.
And then it ends with the big timpani ending. It's just like it was perfect.
Didn't they do an album with a
The
Oh, they did
Symphony,
the symphony.
Yep.
It's good.
I think they've done a couple of them actually.
really?
Yeah. I bought that CD when it came out. It was
I
Yeah.
think they play every year. It's for their charity. They do All
okay.
Within My Hands.
Because
and,
sometimes bands do it, and you're like, "Oh God, here we go."
like
again,
Def
the
Leppard just did it. It
Scorpions.
was awful.
That's
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
got
yes.
together with Kamen, right? Was the the classical composer
Oh, I don't know.
that they used for that.
But these guys are on that level, probably. Is those musicians in that symphony?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Say what you will. Does it hold up?
Hold up.
Let's stop this and play it now.
Yeah, this is one of the greatest heavy metal albums of all time.
Thrash masterpiece.
Yep.
It's a
The
masterpiece.
innovator. I mean, they're at the level of, like, we talk a lot about Eddie Van Halen or even Led Zeppelin stuff, and I really think that, Metallica's in the conversation of
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, look at
creating.
what they're doing now. It's like
Yeah.
it's still going.
Right.
Because
they
they
don't have to.
created a style. Where Van Halen, Eddie created a new way to play the guitar, but the music wasn't like a new type of
And-
music. But Metallica, it's like, okay, we got to name this something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to give it a name.
We've
I
got
mean-
heavy metal. We've got let's
Yeah,
call
thrash.
it thrash
I
metal.
mean,
Mustaine's got to be killed. I mean, Mustaine has been successful. Megadeth has its own
Yep.
catalog of very successful music. But I don't think,
Oh,
he's
absolutely.
one of the, what do they call it, the big three or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think he'll always be like secondary to
of
Metallica.
course,
Oh,
they
yeah.
never.
I mean-
But on the other hand, he was paving the way because he was in this band when they
Right.
started
Right.
creating this.
Yep.
So he is one of the most influential guys as far as that goes.
Right.
And I think about Mustaine, for a guy to get booted out of a band like that, and to come back and still make it with another band
Right.
Yeah.
successfully.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's pretty
I
impressive.
mean, that catalog for Megadeth.
and he could have easily just went into obscurity and
right.
see
All
you
right.
later,
Let's
drugs.
let's get going. Just got a severe thunderstorm watch here.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Let's,
Gonna roll right into
all right.
Deal.
Let's go to Dio.
all right. So this is his second.
Thunderstorm.
Yeah, thunderstorm coming. Sorry.
All right, we're on the last one there.
We had to stop for a laughing attack there. All right, last album here, Dio, Last in Line. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah. So the second album, with the same lineup, right?
Correct.
Which is, I don't know. Do you call this a solo album? I mean, it's not called the Ronnie James Dio Band. Or
Well,
it's
Ronnie
called
James Dio would argue it's a solo album. That was the reason why this lineup broke up.
Well, that's why I find it interesting that he came back with a second album with the same exact lineup of guys, which makes it feel more like a band, right? Because like Whitesnake, we never knew what the hell you're getting
Right.
every time they come out with something. But it was interesting that it was named after him, but he kept the same. Because even David Lee Roth's second album, they were different
Just
guys.
Vi. Yeah.
Different guys. So,
well,
it's July 2nd, 84.
in the band Dio. A piece, is that the right pronunciation? Vinny Appice, drums.
Yep.
Jimmy Bain, bass, which we're going to talk about him for a little bit. Vivian Campbell, and then Claude Schnell on keyboards.
Yep.
So, Derek, the numbers. U.S., number 23. So, very successful. UK, number 4.
Yep.
So charted really well. Second solo release, to your point. 3 singles: Last in Line, We Rock, Mystery. The tour, they toured with Twisted Sister, and I went to this one. Worcester, Twisted Sister.
Open for Dio.
Yep. I went to the Worcester show in August of 1984. 12,000 people.
I went to that.
Yep. And the interesting fact about this was the record label at the time wanted Templeman to produce this, and Dio said, fuck that.
I'm
You
producing
guys didn't believe in us. I couldn't get anybody to even give me the time of day for the last album, Holy Diver, and we were successful, so we're going to do it on our own again.
Yeah.
So,
He produced the whole album.
Yep.
There's no producer.
yeah, that's right.
Just him.
Yep.
And Caribou Ranch, Colorado. What an interesting... The fact is, there's even a studio in Caribou Ranch, Colorado.
Right.
It's impressive to me.
Yep.
Album length, 41 minutes. Not too long, right,
No.
for albums?
I mean, the band, you could argue,
It's
is...
about an hour shorter than the Metallica album.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah. The band, you could argue, is almost like a super group, quite honestly. I mean, looking back, the impact that...
Well, Dio and Apsey come from Sabbath, right? Obviously.
Yeah, Jimmy Bain, though, Jesus. I mean...
What's Bain's back story?
He was like a session guy.
Session guy?
Yeah, and then... But, I mean, his playing, as we'll talk about, is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But this lineup... I mean, this is Vivian Campbell, right?
Oh, yeah.
Coming out party,
Yeah.
right? The first album and then this album where it was like, oh, my God.
Well, I'm telling you
this
right
is
now. Without
Guitar
these
God
two
in the
albums,
making.
He's not in Whitesnake or Def
Def-
Leppard.
right.
Right.
But this was a guitar...
This solidifies him as a, like you said, a guitar
God.
god.
He was getting there.
but-
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I
Derek.
was just gonna say, when you look at the writing credits, so he didn't write. Ronnie
No,
wrote
but just
most
the
of the songs.
playing.
Oh yeah. Ronnie wrote most of the tunes.
Yeah.
You can tell the ones he wrote, Vivian, because it's a little more. I don't know. It's totally different style. I noted them when we got there.
Jimmy Bain said the
Yeah.
worst decision Dio ever made in his entire life, and he worked on with Dio for 7 albums, was getting rid of this band. He said
Yeah.
we had chemistry, we were putting it all together, but the problem was Campbell was bitching about money,
Yeah.
and
Which I think he should.
and
He should have got the money.
And Dio, he claims, and Bain backs it up, of course, past Ronnie's death, that Dio promised them more money but then never just treated them like hired hands, employees.
Sounds like Sharon.
Well,
this
Wendy
is Wendy
Dio.
Dio.
Oh,
Yeah, which you're right.
She was,
She's not too,
yeah, manager.
Yeah.
She was the manager.
She's cut from the same cloth, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Sharon.
So Dio's argument, supposedly, and we may have seen it in the documentary or whatever, was like, it's all about the music. Why are you talking about the money?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude,
Come on.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
they're
how they
working
make their
for
living.
That's
Well,
right.
If it's not about the money, have all the money funneled into charity, and you don't.
Yeah,
do
right.
music.
Yeah, do it for nice.
Well,
See how long you last.
Right.
But Dio, just his feeling was like, I'll find another great guitar player.
Yeah.
Oh, he never found a guy like that
Well,
after he left.
no.
They have Craig Goldie.
Well, he had Aldridge for one album, which was pretty good, but that was it.
Yeah, but that was later on.
Yeah,
Right?
Killing the Dragon. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump in. First song, "We Rock." Good
Great
opener.
track.
Good opener.
Jesus. yeah. Yeah.
Dio's voice is so powerful. And we talked about Hagar. They're different, obviously.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But this guy's power in this guy's
Yeah.
voice for
Oh.
a guy who's 5'2",
Yeah.
who sings, I mean, like that
he's
is
8 feet.
amazing. The riff is great. And, great Campbell solo.
Shreds.
They just come out,
You're hearing, though, an underrated piece of this album, and in my opinion, a piece is Vinny. I mean,
Oh,
his
Vinny's
drums
great.
sound great. To me, I don't think he's ever played better.
I like
I
it better
don't
than
think
his brother.
he's ever played better than this album.
No.
Like, I mean, and I'm not that.
No,
I'm
no,
not
I get
saying
what
he
you're saying.
sucks as a drummer. I'm just saying his work on this is just incredible.
Oh, this is his apex. As far
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
drumming.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, he was good with some Sabbath stuff. First album, he's great. And I like his drumming better than his brother, Carmine.
Yeah.
They're different.
All right.
And I always kind of gravitated more towards Vinny's playing. Not saying Carmine's not a great
Yeah.
drummer. You guy's a legend, right?
Right.
Styles. You know what's great about all these songs is they're easy to chant and sing, and like everyone can sing along with
That's
these
good
things.
songwriting.
Yeah.
I really believe. Well, I'll talk about.
All right,
I'll
so
hold back that comment till later.
okay, you're gonna tell me to F off?
Well, no. I mean, like my interpretation, but a lot of these song openings have effects too.
Effects is-
like opening, like you got the wind, you got the howling wolf,
Oh, yeah.
you got
Oh,
the
yeah.
breathing, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a great effect.
Oh yeah, yep,
It works.
Yep. All right, next song, "The Last in Line."
So Jimmy Bain wrote this riff. He wrote the riff,
yep.
the structure of the song.
Campbell's
Of course,
on it,
Dio, finished it and put the lyrics
I
and
got
all
Dio,
that.
Bain, and Campbell
Yep.
on this one.
When
Talk about-
when Ronnie comes in with "Home" and
It's
holding
a
that,
calm
I
before
mean,
the storm. That's
just
what
so
I got.
powerful.
Holy moly!
Jesus, that guy is. I got another Dio gem.
He could
Unreal
sing this
vocal.
song without instruments, and it'd still be impressive.
It's phenomenal.
I got it in my head now. I can't get it
Yeah.
out.
And Campbell's great. Campbell's guitar playing on this
Yeah.
is
The fills,
oh,
I don't.
great guitar playing.
And
This is an unknown guy. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
you're
he did
right.
The first album.
Irish,
They pulled
Ireland.
this guy out of nowhere.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know?
Ronnie also, the way he arranges his melodies over the music is really unique, and I don't know, I really like it how he does it. It's great.
Yeah.
The
And he
ending
knows
is
how
a
to
little
structure
long.
the vocals.
Yeah, right.
They got to trim 30 seconds off,
Yeah.
but amazing tune. All right, Breathless.
The breathing is great. Nice riff, vocals. I
Great
mean,
intro riff.
I put down love the section
Excuse
after.
Love the
Yeah,
what?
say that again. After the solo, do they change the tempo or something after the solo?
Breathless?
Great.
This was a pretty straight ahead.
Yeah,
song.
4 minutes.
It
Yeah.
feels like a Vivian type song, like
Yeah.
the guitar, is it?
Dio and Campbell.
Yeah, like I think his riffs were in there. All
Did you
right.
did you like the song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Love
me
song.
Yeah,
too.
good
Yeah,
song. Dio.
great song.
There's power. The power in this guy's voice.
Yeah.
Hey, he could
Well, like Dennis
sing a
just
fucking
said.
nursery rhyme to you. You'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, like
know what I
Dennis
mean?
just said though, he could sing. He could sing the song without any instruments, and you'd be like, "This is awesome."
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I Speed at Night.
Oh, my favorite track on the album.
Yeah,
I
fast
love
paced.
this riff.
I just underlined a piece.
I didn't
Oh,
like it,
man.
No.
and I don't know why.
I got Campbell on fire on this one.
I wasn't feeling the
Shreds.
groove.
Really?
Yeah, or lack thereof. I said. Where all the other tunes had some.
Which this song obviously make a great opener because it's up tempo.
Yeah, a quick song too.
Yeah.
Like I think Dio is built for that 4 or 5 minute song.
Oh yeah, in and
You
out.
know, so I think that
Yeah.
the 322. I mean, that's a short song, but
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of shorter songs on this album, which you talk about this type of music, they can get long,
Mm-hmm.
and so the fact that he keeps these songs around 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes is pretty good. There's a couple that are a little longer than that, but
Yep. Last song first side, One Night in the City.
Ooh, Sabbath. I thought this was a Sabbath riff.
A great riff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about as close to a Dio ballad as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And it ain't close to a ballad.
no, I just got huge opening Campbell riff. I wish they added that opening riff again in the song. You never hear it again.
No.
I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
play that again.
Yeah.
I thought they might go outro with it, but they never went back to that riff. And you could make another song with that riff
Right.
because you never
Yeah.
used it. You used it for
Yeah.
one
Yep.
measure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But great track.
All right. Evil Eyes.
Yeah, I like the song. I mean, I thought that the tempo. Why wasn't this a single? This to me, I thought was built.
What were the singles?
The singles were
Okay,
"Last in
listen.
Line," "We Rock," and "Mystery."
Oh,
But I
He never
thought,
captured Rainbow in the Dark, obviously, as far as popularity.
You're right.
No.
Radio,
Right.
I don't think there's a track like that on this.
look, he
album.
just does that part where he's like "Evil Eyes," and he goes, "Ooh, those eyes," and it's just like, oh man,
Yeah, he's
you
just
know.
one of a
Great
kind.
groove, great tempo. Feels like a classic vocal from him.
Yep.
Yep.
Campbell ripped on this too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But am I wrong, or does Dio like the word rainbow? Harmony. I think he sticks that word in
Yep.
all the songs somewhere.
Yep.
It's rainbow. He was in Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Mystery.
So
Yeah, so go ahead.
go no, well, this,
Well, I just said single, like
Yeah, yeah.
question mark, like
well, this was to me. I thought like this is the Rainbow in the Dark for this album.
yeah.
You know.
Well, that's what I got here. Kind of radio friendly Dio, solid track.
Short solo, which it was being built
It's
for radio.
built for radio.
It's
Yeah.
poppy for Dio,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
especially the chorus. Very
Yeah, I had
poppy.
all the elements of it.
Yeah.
Was basically Rainbow in the Dark 2.0, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't think it ever had the popularity.
No. Vivian's solo was ripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great solo. So.
Yeah.
All right. Eat Your Heart Out.
Oh, I love Appice on this.
Yep.
track.
Yep.
That's what I got. Like Appice's drumming. Like
Oh.
the verse riff.
Campbell's fills in this song.
Dio powerful per usual.
Yep.
Right.
A little silly on the lyric.
And I
But,
love that bass vocal breakdown at the end where they just break it down with just a bass guitar.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I wish that went a little longer. I think they only did a measure. They could have doubled that up with the bass. But good track.
All right. Egypt.
Another, I thought, Sabbathy riff. You got the wind in the beginning. Mid-song break. tempo change towards I thought it was a good song, long song. This is the same thing as that Metallica album. This is his last song. You're getting 6 minutes, 57 seconds.
Well, at this point, Dio was a metal god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a metal god. And I said, and I got a note here, like, anyone can take a song with just a steady chug and make it gold is greatness.
Yeah.
'Cause I think the song is just chugging. Like,
Yeah.
and
Right.
he's just singing old. Like I said, he could sing a nursery rhyme to you.
Right.
Yep.
It'd be impressive, you know. But, you know, the song as a whole, not the greatest song on the album, but he makes these songs, I think, better
Yep.
just because of him.
Yeah.
I think it's a super group. I mean, we don't we realize it now, but back then maybe we didn't because these guys are just starting to establish themselves.
Yeah, and you got an
You know.
unknown guitar player for the most part. It's not like they had, Richie Blackmore playing on
Right.
it. You know what I mean?
Freaking Jimmy Bain's awesome on this.
Yeah, Bane's
Yeah.
great.
All right. Say what you will. Hold up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. How about you, Derek?
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
it just seems like you're a big Dio fan.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Dio fan, but
Yeah.
I like
Just
his vocal.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, like,
The
right? Because when
power
we
in
review.
this guy.
So,
Yeah.
which album do you like better, Holy Diver or this one? That's a tough.
Holy Diver.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that one's tough for me too. I think I go Holy Diver, but this
Yeah.
is
Yep.
great.
I agree, and I remember the day when I bought
But
this.
this ain't far off.
Well, the day I remember the experience I bought when I bought this. I was like, I don't. This is almost like it's good, but it's kind of a letdown from Holy Diver.
Yep.
I felt that back then. I know I can still
Yeah.
remember that feeling. Yet
Yeah.
I put now. This is better now than it was in
Yeah,
'84.
because you look at
Like I listen to this, I'm like, this is incredible.
so
Yeah.
Holy Diver sets the bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
And
just,
then you
yeah.
put this on, you're like, okay. But then I like We Rock, Last in Line,
Yeah.
I Speed at Night, Eat Your Heart Out. I go, there was enough
Yeah,
material I like where I didn't feel like let down.
yeah, and
You know what I mean?
and it's. I argue it's better today than it was back
of course.
then.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
so
Because
was
we
Ride the
aren't
Lightning.
judging.
I go back
Right.
and
Yeah.
Ride the Lightning now and go, I
Yep.
think I like this better now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I liked it back then.
Right.
But now it's like it's whole new appreciation for just the masterpiece that these bands are, what they were creating back then.
Right.
You know, you have a better appreciation, I think, of Metallica and Dio and what they
Yeah.
were. You know, a lot of that's based on the fact that there's no more music out there and everything
Right.
sucks. And
yeah.
you go back to that stuff and go, we lived in some great times and some great
Oh yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
sure did.
There were some albums that we never got to review here that were before we started.
Well, we're going to go back. We're
I'm
going to
gonna-
figure that out.
Well, remember last one I tried to see if you guys could guess the year
Yeah.
they came out. Let's do one.
Yeah.
This album was on Capitol Records. 3 huge singles, still heard today. In 3 weeks, it went gold, and then it went platinum after 3 months. As of 2003, this is 17 times platinum album.
Yeah, but what year?
Well, you're going to have to figure that out. Hold on.
Oh, I got to figure a year.
Ready?
So we
Yep.
got to figure out the band.
No. Well, you could try it. I could give you the songs and you'd figure it out.
I'd rather figure it out the band.
All right, ready? Here are the 3 singles.
Just give us the year. No, don't give us the singles. We'll know exactly.
All right. Well,
what
no,
it is.
I'd rather you guess the year
Okay.
because we're all about the year with the
All right,
podcast.
okay.
All right, ready? Boston's debut album.
Boston's debut album. I'm gonna say.
And by the way,
I got it.
oh, okay.
Oh, you know it.
I know the year.
Off by
You-
one. We'll give you a 1 year
I
variant.
shouldn't say that because then you're gonna be like,
Well, no, I mean,
but go ahead.
I might go.
Dennis says, "Go
You
ahead and
gotta
get it
trust
wrong."
me that I'm not gonna change.
Boston's first album.
It. Yep.
17 times platinum.
I'm gonna say 74.
Okay, I'm gonna
Dennis?
say, could be, maybe I'm wrong. 76.
76.
Okay.
Guess who opened for them on that tour? Guess who opened for them on the next album, Don't Look Back tour?
Jay Giles.
Sammy Hagar.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Here's another one.
Wow.
At the time, this band had released 5 albums. The album had 3 classic singles that would hold up today. Producer Mutt Lange. The album became the band's first LP to break the top 100 in the U.S. Billboard 200. And in 2006, it became 7 times platinum. Here are the singles. I'll give you one single. Well, I can give you the singles. You just figure out the year of the album. Touch Too Much, Girls Got Rhythm, and Highway to Hell. AC/DC's Highway to Hell album.
79.
Dennis? Wait, did you get the other one? Or did you guys
Yeah.
both miss it? You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was 74.
I'm going to say, you know what? It's either 79 or I'm going to go just for the sake of being different, 1980.
You're both wrong. 76.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Look it up. I mean,
Oh,
that's-
no, I trust you.
Highway to Hell was 76.
Let's check it again.
I
Well,
thought
80 was Back in Black.
Oh, was it back?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
black?
80 was Back in
Well,
Black.
yeah, I mean 79. Right, because
And then after that
Alan
was-
Scott died in 1980, I think. didn't
Yeah,
he?
I thought 79.
So after Highway to Hell was it Deeds?
No. Highway to
Or
Hell
do you-
and then Back in Black.
Let me make sure.
I could be wrong. Maybe it was that early. I didn't think that album came out that early.
I mean,
Oh, this is different. Dennis, what'd you say?
1980.
You said 80.
What did you say?
79.
You got it, Mark. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, 79.
People are yelling at us right now.
So
79.
Back in Black was 80.
That's
80
right.
was back.
Wow,
You're right.
they grabbed Johnson that quickly.
Yeah.
Wow.
And here's the last one. Now, it's kind of a poppy album, but I actually listened to it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, there isn't a fucking bad song on this album. Fleetwood Mac's Rumors.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what's on that? Well, it's a ton of hits.
Everything.
I'm just gonna. You want me to start?
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna. I don't know. 77.
I think I'm going earlier than that.
Yeah.
That sounds right in the wheelhouse. I'm going to go 76.
Dennis, 77.
I knew it was right around there.
Dennis
Right.
for the win. You got
With the
2 and
win.
he got
I
1.
only got
Yep.
one.
Oh.
Interesting.
All right, everyone. Well, share your comments on the Say What You Will podcast.net website. If we, share your corrections and share the podcast with everyone you know and leave a review if you can. That helps out tremendously. And see you on the next month. Next month is August of 84, and I don't know what the albums are. I didn't look ahead. But
Yep.
I think we have a lot going out.
Yeah.
A lot of great albums.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
See.